Welcome to the Sunday Comics Cooking Show. Today we're going to try what I'll now refer to as the Alan Hodgson vegetable soup. He sent me this recipe and I'm going to give it a try this morning, having never ever cooked soup before in my life. The ingredients, as you can see on the table here, include harissa, cooking oil, Guidry seasoning, all-purpose flour, chicken broth, a can of crushed tomatoes with green chilies, which I deviated from. I only could get diced tomatoes, diced carrots, turnip, and salt and pepper, half a cup of pancetta. And all of that's located here. I might have overdone the veggies just a little bit. In fact, I may even add some more later. We'll see if I have some extra broth. I need to put a little more of that in there. I'm also being assisted this morning by the cat Bean. So with that, we'll get started. All right, Al's instructions say to put a good slug of cooking oil in a pan, pot, whatever you want to call this thing. And we'll call something like that a good slug of it. He said just to make sure that you know it's going to soak up some of the spices and other things that you put in there. So we'll let that heat up a minute. Then I will add the pancetta and the harissa, which are here. Okay, the oil seems to be pretty hot now, so I'll go ahead and add the pancetta. And stir it around a bit. And add the harissa. Now he says do this for 6 to 7 minutes, which I've set the timer for, and we'll go from here. Okay, we're about halfway through that 6 to 7 minutes. It's starting to brown up nicely, this pancetta, and the smell is already nice coming out for that harissa spice. We'll continue to let that cook, and next, according to Al's recipe, we're going to add the Guidrys and let it stew down for about 8 minutes or so. We'll see, probably as it looks right. All right, time's about up. As you're going to hear that timer go off, let's stop that and put the Guidrys in there, stirring it around. If you need to. And he says let this cook down for 9 to 10 minutes. So that gives it a lot of bulk there, I'm sure. What can possibly go wrong? Go wrong, go wrong, go wrong. Guidrys. Good stuff. I do stir this occasionally just to make sure he doesn't stick to the bottom of my pot. And I kicked up the vent here a little bit because I don't want this beautiful, beautiful smell to wake up Madeline, who worked late last night. She'd also be mortified that I didn't script this, being an aspiring screenwriter that she is. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes now. When that timer goes off, it will have been 10. There it goes. Let's stop that and set it again for about 3 minutes, and add about a tablespoon of flour and stir that in. And that's running for about 2 to 3 minutes. Stir that in good, let that cook a bit, mix in, and then we're going to add the chicken broth. That's been about 2 minutes, a little over 2 actually. Now we will, as the instructions from Al say, slowly add the broth while stirring at the same time. That's all the broth. Stir that in good, get all that good sticky stuff off the bottom there. Now he says, add veggies. And here we go. And the tomato. Stirring all that together. It sort of looks like soup at this point. Okay, now that we've got all the veggies stirred in and all the ingredients in pretty much, it's supposed to simmer for about 45 minutes, and during this process we're going to probably add a little bit of salt and pepper just to spice it a little further. And actually, I think I'm going to add a little bit of this right here, probably a very little bit, just to give it a little kick. So with that, we're going to wait a while and see what happens. Lid's on the pot. We're waiting for 45 minutes. See what we have. By the way, I got carried away with my dicing of the carrots and turnip, but I bagged up what was not put in there. I already put a little bit more than what Al's recipe calls for, but I'll bet Helen will figure out something neat to do with those tonight. Okay, it's been about halfway through the 45 minutes, so I'm just going to add a little bit of pinch of salt here. We might have to add a little more later, but we'll see. And a little bit of pepper. Same deal. Oh, that might be a bit much. Get rid of the rest of that. And last but not least, a little bit of chili powder. Oop. Stir it all in. And according to this, we have about 18 minutes to go before it should be edible, but like any soup, it'll probably be better tomorrow. Looks pretty good though. Looks like everything's cooking in, so we shall see. I'll cover it back up. Got it on pretty low heat now to simmer. Well, this is after 45 minutes, and with Madeline's approval, we've decided it probably needs to cook a few more minutes. I think the veggies need a little more softening up, so we're going to give it about another 20 minutes. All right, it's time for the taste test, the official one now. It's looking right, smelling right. Okay, me first. You first. Second.
First, second.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Not too spicy,
I inhaled it too.
That good, huh? So,
That's good.
it's okay? Need anything? Other than something to take the heat off? No, it's not that spicy, is it? Okay,
I
good.
just inhaled it.
All right, very good. That's it.